Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm a little bit ill at the moment, so you might be able to hear it in my voice, but I wanted to do my best to get this video out because it's the start of the new season, start of a new tactic, and I'm bringing my first two rank 3 7 stars into war today. You might be a little bit surprised about that, Cap Sam. Yes, he's unduped, and yes, I did it for this tactic. I did that with the Tech 2-3 gem that I got from Necropolis completion, and I didn't have any options that I wanted to do more than Sam, and yeah, he's going to be very useful these upcoming 2 seasons, so I figured why not. And yeah, like I said, on the team we have Cap Sam, Chee'ilth, and Kate Bishop. So 2 rank 3s and the Ascended 6-star, not a bad team to start off with. Today we are heading up path 5 in section 1, taking that Kindred and the newest big bad defender, Onslaught. Then we're going section 2, we're taking Silk and Bishop on path 6, taking that Void, the Titania, and that Jessica Jones, all those 3 minis, and then Scorpion on Boss Island is the last fight. So big war for Chee'ilth, her debut, same with Sam, and yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll get into the tactic a little bit more later, but we're starting off with this Kindred. So I'm going for a Power Start 1. I did this fight a lot last season and the season before with Decay, but now that we don't have that tactic to protect us against his degens, it's a little bit more of a risky fight. You just need to be on the ball a little bit more. So I'm going for a Power Start 1. He's on the Ebb and Flow knockdown node, so it means that we can't parry him after we knock him down. What I'm going to try and do is build up a bit of power, then knock him down with my first special one, build a little bit more power, knock him down with another special one during the Fury, so that means that the Fury will apply to our second Cold Snap. So here we're going for the first knockdown. The reason that I'm going to build power is that I don't want to ever be stuck when he's going to 5% without power. So if we build a little bit more power here, it means that we're on close to another bar by the time, if we got him to 5% now, we're fine. We've got a bar of power. So he does have protection up, but I'm not forcing knocking him down again because it'll either be with a heavy, and I don't want to waste my striker, or it'll be with a special, and I don't want to waste my power. So we get him down to 5% here, using the striker, so that when we come out of it, we're rooted, but I have my special, I throw it, the fight's down, it's safe. We didn't have any degen ticks whatsoever. So next up is this Onslaught, and this is a pretty tough node for him. He has Unstoppable when he charges a heavy attack, and he also has non-contact attacks, a lot of them. So it's hard to get parry off. However, Sam is a perfect counter for this node, literally the perfect counter for this node, because when he has an armor up, he can parry non-contact attacks. So we need to fish for intercepts a few times, and we need to try and get our armor up, but as you see here, we're not quite getting there. But as soon as we get the armor up, it's fine. We can then go for our parries and use our heavy to knock him down. The other thing is that Cap Sam isn't metal, so he's a great counter for Onslaught. He also doesn't crit, so that makes him an even better counter for Onslaught. You don't want to be metal because you want to be able to remove the neuroshocks, and you don't want to crit because that applies more neuroshocks to you. That's kind of the whole risk of Onslaught. So we're going to be trying to intercept where possible. I have been practicing his special 1 decks a lot, so in this fight I'm pretty consistent with it by now. So we don't need an intercept. If he's unblockable, we can just dex it. Cap Sam can also block unblockable special attacks from mutants while he has an armor up. So that's another thing that helps us counter this fight quite well. And yeah, we're just going to be trying to get to our special 2 and then knock him down, make sure we're locked on for the big damage, and then, yeah, just take him down that way. And, this is a slower fight. Cap Sam doesn't have the best damage, but it's completely workable for war. I see a lot of people saying that he has noodle damage, and bearing in mind this is an unduped Cap Sam, so you're losing out a little bit of damage there. These special 2s are not bad. I mean, they're nothing wild. You're not going to be going crazy with power back boosts or anything like that, but I think it's plenty of damage for the amount of safety that he brings to the fight. I would really love to get him duped. I'd love to be able to parry more and apply more of those sapped charges. That's these grey power drain icons in the top right hand corner. But in fairness, in this fight, you don't want to be parrying anyway because that applies more Daunted to you from Onslaught's kit, and that just makes you take more damage. But yeah, we've taken this fight down very, very safely. Sam is, like I said, the perfect option for that fight. in particular. I feel like I'll be taking a lot of Onslaughts with him over the next season. I'm not sure about any bosses. I tried one in the off-season and it took quite a long time because, like I said, Cap Sam's damage isn't the best. But he is the perfect RPG counter for him when the nodes allow. But yeah, moving on to this Silk. So this is a pretty straightforward fight. The nodes don't really do much, and Chee'ilth is tactics, so we're going to be trying to get an intercept here. Things do go a little bit wrong, and we'll get to that in a moment, but yeah, we want to intercept, we want to get that taunt up, and then we want to bait out specials. That's probably my main mistake in this fight. I don't keep the taunt up enough. I thought I could handle it in a different way. I wanted to spam a few heavies, and at this point in the fight, I know that Chee'ilth has the damage to not let Silk use a single special in this fight, and then take her down. Like, if we throw this special one, after this, if we go back in, do a combo and another special one, Silk is dead. But we knock her down, she throws a special, there are 4 daunted on us, and it just completely rips us from her full health. This was a very, very frustrating death for me. First war, first fight with Chee'ilth, and something outside of my control, where the AI throws a special when I'm holding block. She wasn't taunted, she shouldn't have thrown the special, but, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes with the unpredictability of the AI. Looking back, I would have baited more specials during that first taunt. I had one up, and I stopped her from using a special in order to try and lock her down and stop her throwing any specials at all. I think the safe thing to do is just bait the special when you have the taunt. If you have a taunt, bait a special. In a fight like this, at least, where the special won't kill you if you block it. So yeah, the cleanup goes very, very safely. I don't know if you saw, but that was a hell of a lot of potions to heal up this boosted rank 3, so that was painful. And yeah, we've got a lot more Chee'ilth fights this war, so we're going to be going through those a little bit later. But this is Sam's next fight. This is a rank 2 Bishop, and this is a perfect fight for him. So if we block a special, Bishop gains prowess. If he has enough prowess, the next time he throws a special, it'll be unblockable. However, Cap Sam blocks unblockables from mutants, so you know he is, again, the perfect counter for this sort of fight. We do get a little bit of a lag spike a little bit later, but you'll see that it causes us to eat a combo, but that's not too bad. So I'm making sure not to intercept at the start of this fight, because I don't want him to throw a special while taunted, and that special be a special one. That would be bad. And here's the lag spike, and we eat a few hits. Luckily, he doesn't go to special 1 to throw it. We get to our special 2, we're locked on, and this just chunks him down. Not a bad amount of damage at all. So I don't need to bait out another special, because we get one more of those sap charges. We get to 25, and we've applied a passive power drain. I can go in, push him to special 3. The combo kills him, but we could have thrown a special. If he had more health, it would have been fine. We would have got through the fight completely okay. Next up, we have this Void. He's on Power Snack and Power Sting. Chee'ilth is fantastic for this. She doesn't gain any buffs outside of Dex, so you can control that. And her Cleanse charges are going to be controlling both Void's debuffs and the Power Sting. So not a bad fight at all for her. Pretty ideal. I'm involing for this one in case I eat a special, but I'm also planning on just pushing him to special 3. If he throws a special while taunted, that's fine, I can deal with it, block or dex while rooted. However, I'm not going to be baiting super hard. I'm just going to be playing the fight. If he throws a special, great. Like here, I'm going to leave myself open, doesn't throw it, that's fine. We're on the way to special 3 anyway. I'm going to be throwing special 1 because I think my cleansers can handle the debuffs fine. I don't need the tranquilizer from the special 2, and it gives us a little bit more damage. So here, bait out this heavy, go back in, throw the special 1. I know that this is going to give me enough striker gauge to throw the striker afterwards. I was hoping he'd run into it and we could go for another combo afterwards, get a little bit more damage out, but he doesn't. I tap him on block and he throws a special 3. So with tactic fights that you want to push them to a special 3 with, you've got to make sure that their special 3 doesn't do anything horrific afterwards. If it applies a big damage over time or a stun, if you can't deal with that, you've really got to watch out. I know that Void's special 3 doesn't really do anything, so that's fine. And now we're fishing for another intercept because we want that taunt up just in case. But here, I'm just going to hold block and then try and bait out a heavy or a reparry. We go back in, do another combo, and Void just goes down. So, not a bad fight at all. I don't think I'd have played that one much different given the chance. I think it went pretty well. Next up, another tactic fight. We have a Titania, who is pretty scary with this one. I have been fighting her a fair bit in Necropolis, and I do know the decks for the special one while rooted. It's tough timing, and you'll see me mess it up in this fight, but it is doable. It's a lot easier than the special 2. But with Power Focus 2 on this node, it's difficult to get as many special ones off. I'm going to be spamming my own special one because that lets me deal with the Haymaker of Titania. It means that I don't need to worry about the Unstoppable, at least, and I can just keep the tempo of the fight going that way. I don't need to worry about the root because it's a debuff, and Chee'ilth cleansers, as long as I have them, will get rid of that. So hit at the start, for example, I'm baiting out the Haymaker. If she got annoying and I got rooted, that's fine, the cleanse takes it away. But we get an intercept, so we have the taunt up at the start of the fight, that's absolutely fine. We've got another taunt up, so that's lovely. She throws a heavy out of nowhere, and I heavy counter just to pause my bleeds a little bit. And now I tried to bait her special out a little bit here, and she didn't go for it. And now I'm realizing that I'm in a little bit of a tricky position. If she throws a special, it's unblockable, and I'm a little bit stuffed. So we fish for an intercept and just about get it. So we have the Steadfast now and we can block it. We heavy counter this special, go straight into our special 1 because I don't want her to have a chance to throw that Haymaker. And I should really go for an intercept there, but unfortunately my hit takes her just above a bar of power and she throws a special 1 when I wasn't expecting it. I was trying to go for a dashback intercept and it didn't work, but it works out. We eat a special 1. That's fine. It didn't do as much damage as I was worried when it first hit me. But we went back in for a combo, went for a striker, went for another combo, and Titania goes down. So another tricky fight. This tactic makes you feel like you are seconds away from dying at any point, because you probably are. And it's a real thrill. It is difficult. It is tough, and I fully expect a lot of negative feedback to it. I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. I'm not enjoying the impact it's going to have on my loyalty, but I think that's a separate conversation to have. But yeah, moving on to this Jessica Jones on Conflictor. I think if I was playing this one again, I would focus more on getting the taunt up and keeping it up. The nice thing about Chee'ilth here is that you don't have to apply debuffs if you don't want to, because we have the Wags. It means we can avoid medium attacks and heavy attacks and just go for lights. You'll see that come into play a little bit later, but it's just something to call out that you can control the fight a little bit more. I don't do the best job. This is the first time I've taken this fight, and you're going to see here I mistime a heavy. I go for it, and I thought it would be a little bit sooner, and it just hits after the Conflictor comes back off cooldown, and it almost takes a red, which would have been very bad. However, she stops just short and throws a special 2, so we're fine. Like I said, I think if I could find more opportunity to go for the taunt, this fight would have been a lot better. Jess being a little bit more passive later on causes a few issues. We lose our cleansers here because of Jess's investigation and the debuffs that are applying, so we get a few bleeds to stick. It's not the worst. I was hoping the Tranquilize would stop a little bit more than that, but it's not bad. Anytime we stop a debuff via the Tranquilize, it means that we can pause it, so you'll see ability failed and the pause. And here I'm just thinking, okay, if she doesn't throw it here, I'm going to parry, I'm going to go into Striker and special 1. That should finish her off, but she throws a special, and we go into that plan, and it does finish her off. So I don't think I was ever, apart from when she nearly went red, I don't think we were in much of a sticky situation in that fight. I think it went pretty well. And I would be happy to take that again with a new strategy of focusing a bit more on the taunt to keep her throwing those specials and not forcing the bleeds when I don't need them. You don't need to keep applying the bleeds and triggering the Conflictor over and over again. I think you can control that fight a lot better than I did just then. And the last fight today is this Scorpion. The really nice thing about the tactic this season, the attack tactic, is that when you have the taunt up, it drains their power after they throw a special. That is super, super useful for power efficiency. So anytime Scorpion throws a special here, he's not going to have 50% reduced cost. He's going to get rid of it all. So we want to keep the taunt up. Get the taunt up straight away. He goes for that intercept. That's very nice. He throws a special here. We dodge a couple of hits, take a few on block. It's not too bad. Go for another intercept, and we're going to throw this special one. I see that the vigilance buff is just about to end, so it means that the falter's going to come up. It means Scorpion's going to miss us. In hindsight here, I shouldn't have thrown this special quite so early. I think I should have waited a little bit more to try and repeat that same thing where we wanted it to just hit at the end of the vigilance. However, we go for a striker. We go for our heavy, which causes the falter to go on Scorpion instead. And I know that the next combo or the next special was going to hit and take him down. He did have Scorpion Sense, but because of the falter, even if he had triggered Scorpion Sense, it would have missed us and we would have been fine to finish out the fight. I also believe I had an invuln, so the special 3 wouldn't have done anything. Scorpion special 3, like I was mentioning earlier, the special 3, you need to watch out for what they do. Scorpion special 3 does stun, but we had cleanse charges, so that would have been fine as well. So yeah, a good first war. I was disappointed with the Silk death. I think I learned something from it. Even when you do everything right, you can still just get one shot by a special from nowhere. However, I don't think I played that fight perfectly in hindsight. With the tactic, I think you need to focus more on the taunt. I don't think you can let things stay up to the AI like I did in that fight, because if the AI decides to punish you, that's a death, and deaths can mean a lot. So yeah, I would definitely focus on the taunt a little bit more there. But overall, I'm really happy with both Sam and Chee'ilth's performances this war. Zero regrets rank 3ing either of them. I know Cap Sam unduped isn't the most obvious choice, but it felt right for me, and I'm glad that, the fight results today here vindicated my decision a little bit. I was very happy with how he did. As of recording this is directly after I did my fight, so we have about another day left, and that means that we don't know the result right now. It's currently 75 to 125 attacker kills, and we have one more defensive kill than them, but obviously we're a fair bit behind on attack. It's definitely a tough tactic if it's making GT40 die this much. But that'll do it for this one. I'm going to try and do as many wars as I can. Obviously it's the holidays, so I'm not sure how many I'll be able to get done. But I might be uploading the fights regardless. We'll see. Let me know in the comments if you want to see my war vids without the voiceover. If I don't have time to do it at all, I'll be interested to see if people are up for that. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.